What advice do I have for buyers? It's a tricky time to be a buyer. The cost of borrowing is high, inventory is low. It's a function of saying, what's my long-term plan? Inventory is low right now in Vero Beach broadly, particularly on our barrier island, particularly east of A1A. Well, if inventory is low, am I going to wait for a unicorn property that may never come up? Or do I think that inventory is going to remain pretty much the way it is? So if you think about sellers, many of our sellers, particularly on the barrier island, bought in the late 1990s, early 2000s. Fast forward, they're 20 years older now, but many of them have a lot of equity. So their in basis is really inexpensive compared to if they went out into the market now and bought. So there's not a lot of incentive for sellers to sell. So what I mean by that is our inventory is probably going to be a challenge for the foreseeable 2, 3, 4, 5 years broadly. Everybody has tons of equity. And unless they're leaving the state, they're going to look around and go, well, I'm going to pay an inflated price to buy. Gosh, I only have an in basis of X dollars and I don't have a mortgage or have a mortgage that's under 3. I'm going to stay put. So that means for you as a buyer, inventory may not change radically. And if something comes up that ticks off your boxes, and maybe it's not perfect, maybe don't be so quick to say no. Say, no, but could I make it work? Is it just cosmetic that needs to be done? Okay, find out what that cost is going to be. You're going to have less people to compete with because houses that are coming onto the market that are move-in ready to go, that's where all the buyers are right now. So if you focus on houses that have been listed more than 30 or 60 days and the market has already kind of taken a look and said no thank you, and or you love the neighborhood, you wish it was a little more updated, what's the cost of saying no? Maybe don't be so quick to say no and say, is anything better going to come up? What's the cost of waiting? If you really want to be here, you'll benefit by doing the renovation and your life won't be on hold waiting for something to come to market that doesn't. Because here's what I want you to remember. Generally speaking, the best lots got scooped up early on. And so the best lots, it's a truism, happen to have the oldest houses. So maybe don't be so quick to say no, cost out the cost of making it yours, and pursue that house.